Hey guys, thanks again for joining. I'm trying out something new again. I wanted to deliver to you a summary of the latest news from JP's side. As a budget player, I try to follow a JP news and meta quite frequently, and there are a lot of things that I think are worth you guys knowing. And because essentially what JP gets is what we get in about 3 to 5 months ahead. So by understanding what is around the corner, you can make a right informed decision as to what to invest your gems and stamina on. So this time, what I put together is the latest news from DQTJP, trends and what we are seeing in the meta, etc. Hopefully, it will give you a good guys a good visibility that will help you make the right decisions moving forward. So anyway, let's start. As usual, please do like and subscribe if you thought any of this is at all useful. Do let me know in the comments what you think as well. I do want to invest my time on something that is worthwhile for the community. Okay, so starting with the first page is the top three news I thought from April that was most interesting in the JP. So the first, the most, what I thought most interesting news as a top was the new meta slime that was just came out mid-April, and it's a guy called Darkonium Slime. So it's nice to see a break from heroes and the Dark Lords kind of meta slightly with a dark, slime kind of category kind of coming in. So that's really good to see. I want to talk a little bit about the unit and why he's so strong. Also in April, the second biggest topic that I picked up was the new waves of Blossom units. So every time this year in JP, they get tons of Blossom units. So this time we got a 15 Blossom units, and I'm not trolling when I say the Great Troll's got a Blossoming. So we'll see more about the units. And the third biggest news I think on April was that the announcement of True Dragon Quest 10 event, which was just announced in the live stream in JP, and there was one new unit, Heavenly Lightning and Lucia, that was announced as well, alongside many other units from DQ10. So that came as a little bit of surprise that given DQ10 is one of the newer releases on the non-true versions, and Lucia's only for about a year old, as I understand. So yeah, it's a little bit surprising, but it looks like really interesting content. So when I just kind of thought pick that up as the third, biggest news of the April. Anyway, so Darkonium Slime, I want to talk about him. So here comes the slime meta along with this new unit. I won't be doing the full kind of review etc. But I do want to pick out why he's so hyped about in JP. I think I wouldn't get any argument from anybody in the JP when I say Darkonium Slime is probably the top of the meta right now, alongside likes of Solo. And the reason, and I want to try to summarize, is that he's first of all extremely difficult to kill with a tougher than Diamond Slime kind of ability. So he's got the kind of the Diamond Slime level of resistance, also mitigations on elements, which is really really tough to kill, and he has more HP and defense, as I believe. And not only that, he's again immune to status alignment, much like Diamond Slime. So really really hard to difficult get rid of or handle deal with. As Diamond Slime, the exception on his only weakness is a charm. So yeah, very much like Diamond Slime kind of status. And on top of that, he has an Omega level, Omega as in unit that was released with FBE with a tension up. So it does Omega level damage in the same kind of area that you see on the right. And it can it can sit, and if it can also, unlike Omega, it can sit at the back, comfortably at the back, and enjoy kind of tension, using the tension up ability, beef up this long range non-elemental attack. This is martial again, like Omega. So it's kind of a combination of Omega with a tension from the goddess Jessica. So it's a really really strong combination for a slower play. And not only that, he also has a heal ability which cures status alignment. ailment. So there's only 2 units in the game right now until Darkonium, Hawkheart and the Golden Slime, and you know how strong Hawkheart has been in the meta, but it's only a single target, but it's a large heal, and very similar to Hawkeye removing status alignment. So really like full packed kind of unit, and then what's really kind of, this is the kind of the big selling point, is that all of that put together, I mean, damage alone is worth 65 in the meta or from FFBE. This guy is a weight of 50, so you can, yeah, it's just crazy good value for a weight, and this is why people are so hyped, and at the moment sitting on the top of meta. So closer to the release on the global, I'll probably be doing a more detailed review, some videos, etc. But yeah, that's the kind of one thing that you should look out for if you want to save for RTA unit. This one is a one to look out for. As I said, the second biggest news was that the lots of Blossom units were released, as you see on the screen. Overkilling Machine, Emperor Slime got a release also for long waited. Orochi was surprisingly released as well, as you see with a lot of others on the screen. And then I think, in short, the updates from the Blossom of this unit, is there anything that stands out? Not really. I think all of them are not like amazing level like the Nightclubber was last year. So a little bit of disappointment when people were expecting Nightclubber level of kind of busted unit. I don't think there is that kind of level we yet to see, but there are some kind of situational or niche, or at least for like a budget player, definitely a good option to consider. So I'll definitely be doing a review when we get this in global. But I did want to give you a quick kind of quick pickup. I can't review all of them, right? But I do want to give you like the highlights of some of the units I thought was quite interesting. So first of all, Orochi. So Orochi is has really been upgraded with a stats point of view, and really does S rank level of damage on the both frizz level. Frizz type of damage. It does both breast and physical, and I think the breast attack kind of buffs up the physical, so you can do a follow with the physical. Physical is only range 1, so, and then the fact that he's still the move 2 makes it kind of a bit limiting on his use, but I think the damage wise is extremely good for A rank. The second one is actually one of the first one was released, is Overkilling Machine got a Blossom. So it starts the battle with the full stack, the 3 stacks of attack buff and magic resistance, which is really bizarre. And then I've seen some damages, but I think the biggest kind of shocker was that it can do one shot on Nasara Manslayer, which, as you know, is a really tanky unit, and for a physical unit to be able to do one shot does a significant damage. He also has a kind of a chance damage buff damage on even turns, I believe. So that's also adds to kind of the crazy kind of little bit like critical attack kind of damage. Mucifer is a kind of very old unit. I've farmed him, like it was so hard to farm him early on. And I think you would agree that a lot of us haven't used a Mucifer. So good news is that Mucifer got quite interesting skill, which is a kind of a bang, kind of cross-shaped bang follow-up, which isn't like really that strong as a damage, but it does like a reduction of damage the increases the bang damage. So could be interesting for mega boss battle, like we've seen with everybody using Mons, etc. So possibly a place in high score rounds. So kind of interesting one. Nice to see him come back potentially into PvE. And the last one was kind of a little bit of surprise again, is the Great Troll. So I think in all, I think his Blossom is actually pretty good. He can do a very big, like really big damage. Like I might have done the math incorrectly, but he can do up to like 1,600% of damage, which sounds crazy, right? And it's only if conditions are met. If he hits 5 units, then he can reach like 1,600 damage. If I have done my math correctly. Now that's a huge damage, especially for the units that are weak to dam. It's also good against kind of last stands. But agility is still a problem. But I think one I saw as an example video, kind of showcase video, was that he can clear Blossom Door 45 in 3 turns, which is bonkers, right? Because I think it used to take like good old 15, 18 turns. Now with solo, now with Great Troll, we're gonna see it much shorter than that. So that's really interesting. Possible. I'm thinking about all of these. But I haven't decided which one to blossom, but I'll definitely be reviewing more about these kind of blossom units more close to the release on global. And finally, the True Dragon Quest 4, True Dragon Quest 10 event that was just announced and it started in JP. And Lucia's getting, wasn't really hyped, before the release, but everybody seems to be very impressed with the triple kind of last stand trait, and yeah, everybody's kind of going for putting her. So seems to be really good, and like anniversary character level, so like Solo Erdrick is what I'm hearing, but yet to find out. We still have got a lot of more units to kind of come out. So Valeria we haven't seen yet in the meta. So but anyway, I've spoken about the kind of kit for and Lucia in more detail in my previous video. So if you haven't seen it and if you're interested, do check out the live stream summary update that I've done in my previous video. Hopefully that will give you good information about the upcoming DQ10 event. That concludes my video for today, and thank you for joining again. And I think I'm be next covering the part 2 of May roadmap. I'm covering May roadmap. See you later. Thanks.